let's talk about casting. And one of the things that I want to show you first off is what I have in my hand is an 8.5 foot 5-weight 4-piece fly rod. Okay, and I've got 5-weight line with a tapered leader of the same weight. And the first thing we want to do is lay your palm of your hand open and lay the rod in it. And then go ahead and lay your thumb right up on top of the rod, okay? And then we're going to take, maybe 20, 25 feet of line, and we're just going to lay it at our feet. And we're going to think of ourselves now as a clock, okay? And I want you to think of the hands of 10 p.m. and 1 a.m., okay? And we're going to take the rod up to 10, we're going to take it back to 1, and we're going to come forward. And we're going to try and do this without bending our wrist, okay? So 10, 1, forward. Now let's take a closer look at the way we start our cast. First thing I want you to do is take the palm of your hand and just lay the fly rod in it. And then lay your thumb right up on the top of it, okay? And then let's go ahead and lay about 20 to 25 feet of line just at our feet. As you can see, we have a little bit of wind today, but I don't think that's really going to affect us. And then the second thing that I want you to do is try and keep your elbow in, and what's really going to move is the lower portion of your arm, okay? And try and bring it straight up and straight forward. Now, it's hard not to bend your wrist. Just about everybody starts off with doing this. And what happens is the line has a tendency to go up in the air and just float down. So the closer you can keep to keeping this all one piece, the rod in the lower part of your arm, the better and the straighter your cast is going to be. If you have some trouble doing it, find yourself a small belt or a rubber band or something, put it around your arm in the lower part of the rod, and this will help you get accustomed to doing that. Now that we've learned how to hold the fly rod and not bend your wrist, let's go ahead and do some casting. I've asked Beth, one of our students, to come and join us. Now, Beth has never cast before or even fly fished, so this will be a great opportunity to work through a demonstration. So Beth, I'm going to get you to stand right here, and we're going to go ahead and hold the fly rod in the palm of our hand and put our thumb up on top. And we're going to strip out about 20, 25 feet of line. And I want you to think of the lower part of your arm as a hand on a clock, okay? And what our intention is to take it back, let the line get all the way behind us, and then keeping this straight, bring our arm forward, okay? And the length of the rod will allow the line to travel straight out, okay? So you don't have to throw the line, let the rod act as a conduit, okay? So what I'm going to get you to do is take it back and bring it straight on forward. Back and forward, okay? So let's get you to lay it in your hand, okay? And put your thumb up on top. And this is kind of a rhythm, okay? It's kind of a 1, 2, 3. Excellent. Now you bent your wrist a little bit because the line went up in the air. So let's try it again and get. Excellent, excellent. Now if we can focus in on the line laying in the water, see how the line is directly in a straight line, and then the leader on the end of it is exactly in a straight line. Now you may have a little trouble seeing it from the camera angle, but that was an excellent cast. Okay, so let's go ahead and do that one more time, Beth. Okay, now that went up in the air a little bit, and the only thing you did that time was you didn't allow the line to get all the way behind you, okay? So let's go ahead and try one more time. Okay? Excellent. That was an excellent cast. Okay. Now that you've had an opportunity to practice casting, let's talk about presentation. And presentation is the second half of the cast. Presentation is where the fly lands or the insect lands and how it lands on the water. So once you make your cast and your line goes straight out, and let's say you've got a 7 or 8 foot leader on, then there's going to be this distance between the end of the fly line and where the insect lands, and that's called the presentation. Now we all know that flies and insects don't land on their heads or on their side or upside down, so a good cast will equal a good presentation, okay? So the key is to get a smooth rhythm and a motion and have the line go straight out, and then have the fly land softly on the water 7 or 8 feet ahead of it. Now I'm going to use an orange strike indicator as my insect, which will be a little bit heavier than an actual insect, but I think it'll be easier for you to see for this demonstration. So let's go ahead and do a cast, and we'll look at where the fly line and the leader lands in relationship to the fly line itself, okay? So once again, I'm going to go ahead and strip some line off. I'm going to get my arm straight, and I'm going to go ahead and take my line forward, and I'm going to get out some line. And now we're going to go ahead and make our cast with our presentation. And now, as we look down the water, we'll go ahead and see the fly line is straight, and then you'll see nothing for about 7 feet, and then you'll see that little orange strike indicator. And that's a good cast and a good presentation. So once again, it's getting the line to go straight, getting the rod to carry the line out, and then getting the leader to follow right behind it in a straight line, landing the insect softly on the water. Okay? Very smooth, very rhythmic, and very straight.